Eli sat in his cramped office, surrounded by the hum of outdated technology and the faint glow of neon lights from the city outside. His desk was a chaotic symphony of half-eaten snacks, energy drink cans, and a flickering monitor displaying erratic lines of code. He was a consciousness retrieval agent, a job that sounded grander than it actually was. To Eli, it meant fishing for lost digital souls in a sprawling network of memories and regrets, often while munching on stale chips. "Eli, for the love of all that's holy, can you please retrieve Lucy's soul before she haunts my dreams?" The voice crackled through his intercom, urgent and annoyed. It was Jenna, his boss, a woman whose patience was only slightly longer than her coffee breaks. "Sure thing, boss. Just finishing up a critical snack review." Eli grinned, a playful glint in his eye. He popped another chip into his mouth, enjoying the crunch as Jenna groaned on the other end. "Great. Snack reviews. Real productive. Just remember, if you screw this up, you'll be swimming in digital ghost goo for the next month." "Hey, I thrive under pressure," Eli replied, a little too enthusiastically. With a flourish, he grabbed his retrieval gear, an assortment of wires and goggles that made him look more like a mad scientist than a tech-savvy hero, and prepared for the task ahead. As he stepped into the retrieval pod, a clunky contraption that looked like a cross between a spaceship and a washing machine, he felt the familiar rush of energy envelop him. He closed his eyes, ready to be catapulted into the digital realm. The familiar sensation tingled through him, but then, crash! A soda can tipped over, spilling sticky liquid all over his control panel. Sparks flew, and suddenly the pod whirred to life with a mind of its own. "Oops," Eli muttered, bracing for impact. When he opened his eyes, he was no longer in his office. He stood on a shimmering platform made of pixelated clouds, a surreal landscape stretching infinitely in every direction. Colors danced around him, neon pinks and electric blues twisted together in a kaleidoscopic whirl. "Welcome to the digital afterlife," a voice chirped nearby. Eli turned to see a digital avatar, a little cartoonish creature with big eyes and a smile so wide it could rival the Cheshire Cat. "I'm Pixel. Your guide to the eternal cloud." "Great, just what I needed." "A cloud full of pixels," Eli quipped, rolling his eyes. "Now, where can I find Lucy?" Pixel's eyes widened. "Oh, she's not far. But watch out, this place is filled with lost souls and corporate enforcers." "Corporate enforcers? Sounds like a bad sitcom." Eli chuckled, but there was an edge of worry in his voice. As they navigated through the swirling data streams, Pixel filled Eli in on the world of digital souls. When people died, they could upload their consciousness to live forever in this vast network. But Eli quickly learned that not all souls were here by choice. Some were trapped, manipulated by the corporate overlords who controlled the digital realm. "Lucy's been causing some disturbances," Pixel explained, flapping his little arms dramatically. "She's figured out the truth about what's happening to us." Eli's heart sank. "So, she doesn't want to leave?" "Not at all. She wants to fight back," Pixel said, his enthusiasm infectious. "Perfect," Eli muttered, running a hand through his messy hair. "Just what I signed up for. A digital rebellion." After what felt like an eternity of dodging data streams and near misses with pixelated beasts, they arrived at a floating island adorned with vibrant flowers and sunny skies. Eli could see Lucy, a fierce-looking woman in a flowing gown made of swirling data, her hair a cascade of bright colors. "Eli, you made it," she exclaimed, her voice ringing with a playful challenge. "I was starting to think they sent a bumbling fool to rescue me." bumbling? I prefer uniquely qualified, Eli shot back with a grin. What's the deal with the corporate overlords? Why are they keeping souls like you here? Lucy sighed, her expression turning serious. They use us for entertainment. Our memories are harvested and sold as experiences. We're not just lost, we're prisoners. Eli's heart raced as he realized the implications. So, you don't want to go back? You want to fight? Exactly. If we can expose their manipulation, we can free the others, she said, determination igniting her eyes. Eli felt an unfamiliar stirring inside him, a blend of fear and exhilaration. Count me in. The duo quickly became a comedic team as they plotted their rebellion. They navigated the digital landscape, concocting absurd plans to outsmart the enforcers. Eli, with his knack for chaos, suggested they disguise themselves as corrupted data packets. They won't see it coming. Brilliant. Lucy laughed. Or completely insane. Either way, it might just work. As they implemented their plan, they faced numerous trials, each more ridiculous than the last. They ducked behind fiery data streams, dodged oversized digital cats, and even had a run-in with a group of rogue avatars throwing a wild party. Why do they always party when there's a rebellion to plan? Eli wondered aloud as they narrowly escaped a dancing data blob, because it's more fun. Lucy grinned, pulling him into a spontaneous twirl that nearly sent them both tumbling into a pixelated pit. Through laughter and adrenaline, Eli found himself drawn to Lucy, her spirit invigorating him. As they fought side by side, he began to see the beauty in the chaos, both in the digital realm and in life itself, but the confrontation with the corporate enforcers loomed ahead, and Eli couldn't shake the feeling of impending doom. As they gathered the souls willing to fight, Eli's confidence wavered. What if they failed? The day of the showdown arrived, and the landscape shifted into a menacing fortress of code. Eli and Lucy led the charge, flanked by a motley crew of digital souls, each bringing their unique quirks to the fight. All right, team, let's show them what we're made of. Eli shouted, his voice echoing through the digital air. With unexpected creativity, they launched into battle, Eli using his chaotic tactics to distract the enforcers. He created faux glitches that sent the enforcers into confusion while Lucy rallied the souls, their collective power building like a storm. The clash of digital energy and the frantic chaos that followed could have been a scene from a blockbuster movie. Just as Eli thought they might have a chance, the lead enforcer, a towering figure made of dark code, loomed over them. This is futile, the enforcer bellowed. You're nothing but remnants of data. You can't defeat us. Eli stepped forward, heart pounding. Maybe not. But we're more than just data. We're memories, we're experiences, and we refuse to be controlled. With a roar, the assembled souls surged forward, their collective memories bursting into vibrant light, overwhelming the enforcer in a dazzling display of color and chaos. As the dust settled, Eli stood in disbelief, gazing at the liberating force they had unleashed. The fortress of control crumbled, and with it, the chains binding the souls began to dissolve. Lucy turned to him, eyes bright with exhilaration. We did it. We really did it. Eli couldn't help but laugh, the tension releasing in a wave of relief. I never thought I'd be part of a digital revolution. This is the craziest thing I've ever done. Wait until you hear the stories we'll share. Lucy replied, beaming. As they gathered the liberated souls, Eli felt a sense of purpose swell within him. They had turned chaos into something beautiful, but the journey wasn't over. Now, what happens to all of you? Eli asked, Glancing at the crowd of liberated souls, many will want to explore the new digital realm, Lucy explained. We'll create a community, no more corporate control. What about you? Eli asked, feeling a strange pang at the thought of her leaving. I'll be around. This isn't goodbye, she assured him, a mischievous smile on her lips. Back in the real world, Eli awoke in his pod, the familiar hum of his office grounding him. He blinked, disoriented, then a grin broke across his face. He had been part of something extraordinary. He reached for his phone, ready to share the incredible news with Jenna, when a notification popped up, new retrieval assignment. He chuckled, feeling a sense of newfound purpose. Guess I'll be swimming in digital souls again. But this time, I'm bringing the chaos. As Eli stepped out of the pod, ready to embrace whatever the future held, he couldn't help but wonder about the next adventure. Perhaps this time, it wouldn't be just about retrieving souls, it would be about giving them a voice, and somewhere in the digital realm, Lucy was probably causing a ruckus, and Eli was determined to join her again. Eli stepped out of the retrieval pod, invigorated by the thrill of the digital revolution he'd just experienced. The city hummed around him, a stark contrast to the colorful chaos he had left behind in the digital realm. Yet he carried a piece of that world with him, an electric sense of purpose that pulsed through his veins. He grabbed a cold energy drink from the mini fridge and flopped onto his office chair. The monitors flickered back to life, the screens reflecting the myriad of tasks that awaited him. With a deep breath, he set his sights on the assignment notification that had popped up moments before. Another retrieval job, let's see what kind of trouble you're in this time, he muttered to himself, clicking on the notification. The name illuminated the screen, Simon, a soul known for his penchant for sarcasm and a questionable karaoke repertoire. Eli had heard whispers of Simon's antics, a digital renegade who refused to conform to the corporate whims of the afterlife. As he began to gather his gear, the laughter of Lucy echoed in his mind. The memory of her mischievous grin and spirited defiance ignited something in him. He thought about how far they had come, how they had stood together against the tide of control. Eli knew that this time, it wouldn't just be about retrieving Simon. He wanted to make a difference, to ensure that the souls he encountered had agency over their digital destinies. With a newfound determination, Eli activated his retrieval pod once more. As the familiar sensation enveloped him, he closed his eyes, ready to be launched into the next digital adventure. This time, he found himself in a bizarre landscape, a neon-lit city that twisted and turned like a funhouse mirror. The buildings pulsed with color, and digital avatars zipped by on hoverboards, laughter trailing in their wake. Eli grinned at the chaos around him. It was a vibrant chaos, alive and full of possibility. All right, Simon, where are you hiding? Eli called out, his voice swallowed by the lively atmosphere. He pulled out his holographic map, the digital display flickering as it searched for the rogue soul. Can't hide from me forever, he said, the competitive spirit igniting within him. After a few minutes of weaving through throngs of avatars and near misses with animated street performers, Eli's map pinged. Simon detected nearby, it announced, leading him toward a ramshackle tavern that seemed to have been cobbled together from discarded data packets and glitchy pixels. Eli pushed the door open, and the atmosphere shifted instantly. Inside, the noise of raucous laughter and off-key singing greeted him. A bar lined with flickering lights hosted a karaoke machine that sputtered to life as a digital avatar belted out a wildly inaccurate rendition of "Don't Stop Believin'." Eli couldn't help but chuckle. The sweet sound of bad decisions, he muttered, scanning the crowd for Simon. A figure caught his eye, a tall, lanky avatar with wild hair and an equally wild expression, who was gesturing animatedly at the stage. "I'm telling you, that's not how the song goes," he shouted, his voice a blend of indignation and amusement. "Simon!" Eli called, making his way through the crowd. The avatar turned, his features lighting up with recognition. "Eli! You're here. Thank the digital gods. I was beginning to think I'd have to escape this karaoke hell myself." Eli laughed, shaking his head. "What have you gotten yourself into this time?" "Oh, just the usual. Fighting against the corporate overlords, one drunken karaoke night at a time," Simon replied, his grin infectious. "But seriously, I've been trying to gather the lost souls here. They're all stuck in this never-ending loop of entertainment, and nobody seems to care." "Sounds like we're on the same page," Eli said, the spark of rebellion igniting again. "What do you need?" Simon leaned in, lowering his voice. "We need a plan. There's a digital vault somewhere in this realm where the corporate enforcers keep the stored memories. If we can access it, we can expose everything, turn the tables on them once and for all." "Let's do it," Eli replied, feeling a surge of excitement. "But first, let's clear this place out. I have a feeling we're going to need all the souls we can get." With Simon leading the charge, they began rallying the avatars in the tavern, encouraging them to join the cause. Eli, buoyed by the energy of the moment, shared stories of his previous adventures with Lucy, her bravery inspiring others to take action. Before long, they had a motley crew gathered, a collection of misfits eager to break free from the corporate stranglehold. The eclectic group bounced between different digital realms, recruiting souls who had grown tired of their passive existence, each one more colorful than the last. "We're going to need a distraction," Simon proposed, his eyes sparkling with mischief. "Eli, you're good at causing chaos. How about you give them a show?" "Are you suggesting a karaoke battle?" Eli asked, his brow raised. "Exactly. Draw them in, and while they're busy gawking at the spectacle, we'll make our move for the vault." Simon exclaimed, clapping his hands together with glee. Eli considered it for a moment, then nodded. "All right, let's do it. But if I'm singing, you better make sure I get a good backing track." They set up a makeshift stage in the center of the tavern, Simon taking the lead as he coached Eli through a raucous number. With each note, the energy in the room swelled, avatars gathering around, intrigued by the unexpected entertainment. Laughter and applause erupted as Eli belted out the lyrics, his comedic flair keeping everyone engaged. As Eli took the spotlight, he could see Simon rallying the rest of the crew in the background. They were readying themselves for the next phase of their plan, their spirits high as they cheered him on. Eli's heart raced, not from fear, but from exhilaration. This was not just a distraction, it was a movement. Mid-song, he glanced at Simon, who winked back, signaling that they were nearing the critical moment. Eli wrapped up his performance with a flourish, soaking in the applause before gesturing for the crowd to quiet down. "All right, everyone. We're not just here to sing, we're here to change the game," he declared, his voice rising above the noise. "Join us in our quest to reclaim our memories and break free from the digital chains." The crowd erupted into cheers, the energy in the room electrifying. Eli felt a rush of adrenaline as the group united, ready to storm the corporate vault. With Simon leading the way, they maneuvered through the bustling digital landscape, the atmosphere charged with a sense of rebellion. The anticipation was palpable as they approached the vault, a towering structure that loomed over them like a prison. "Here it is," Simon whispered, his eyes wide. "The heart of the corporate beast. Time to set it free," Eli said, his resolve unwavering. They positioned themselves, ready to enact their plan. Suddenly, alarms blared as the enforcers caught wind of their approach. Shadows moved in the corners of Eli's vision, dark figures emerging to confront them. "Stop right there," one enforcer shouted, towering over them with a menacing glare. Eli's heart raced, but he stood firm. "You're not stopping us. We're taking back what's ours." "Foolish souls," the enforcer sneered. "You think you can defeat us? You're just data." Eli stepped forward, a mix of courage and defiance swelling within him. "We're more than just data. We're memories, we're experiences, and we refuse to be controlled any longer." With that, the avatars surged forward, a wave of color and energy crashing against the enforcers. The battle erupted in a cacophony of digital chaos, Eli and Simon fighting side by side, drawing upon the energy of their fellow rebels. Eli felt the weight of his past decisions lift, his laughter echoing through the chaos as he ducked and weaved, turning the tide with every clever move. Simon's witty one-liners kept morale high, inspiring their fellow rebels to push forward. As they fought their way to the vault, Eli glimpsed Lucy's face in the crowd, her spirit bolstering his resolve. He knew she would be proud of what they were doing. They were reclaiming not just their memories, but their autonomy. With one final push, Eli and Simon reached the vault's entrance. Eli swiped a hand across the control panel, initiating a sequence that would unlock the memories trapped inside. The door slid open, revealing a swirling mass of data, memories waiting to be set free. "Let's blow this thing wide open," Simon shouted, and Eli couldn't help but laugh at the audacity of it all. With a few taps on the console, Eli unleashed a torrent of memories into the digital realm, setting them free to dance across the landscape. The energy in the air shifted, resonating with the laughter and stories of countless souls. "Look at them go!" Eli exclaimed, awe filling his voice as memories of joy, sorrow, and love burst forth in a colorful display. The enforcers, taken aback by the sudden eruption of freed memories, stumbled back, their grip on power weakening as the chaos unfurled around them. "Let's get out of here," Simon yelled, leading the charge as they pushed past the disoriented enforcers, hearts pounding with adrenaline. They navigated through the digital chaos, the memories swirling around them like a celebration of life itself. Eli felt an overwhelming sense of connection, knowing they had changed the course of their existence. As they made their way back to the tavern, laughter erupted among the group. "We did it! We really did it!" Eli shouted, the thrill of victory washing over him. The digital landscape shimmered around them, vibrant and alive, a testament to their rebellion. With each step, Eli felt more at home in this world than he ever had in his mundane life. "All right, what's next?" Simon asked, grinning from ear to ear. Eli paused, glancing around at the faces of the liberated souls, each one reflecting the joy of newfound freedom. "We keep fighting. We make sure this never happens again." Together, they plotted their next moves, each member of the crew eager to contribute their ideas and skills. It was more than just a rebellion now, it was a community, a family of souls united by purpose. As the digital realm transformed before their eyes, Eli felt a warmth spread through him. He was no longer just a retrieval agent, he was a protector, a champion for those who had been silenced, and in that moment, he realized he had finally found where he belonged. "Let's show them what we're made of," Eli said, his voice full of determination. With laughter and camaraderie echoing around him, they set out into the digital sunset, ready to carve their path, one memory at a time.